near the bay. We're only 100 metres from the bay. Just over here, it's a marine sanctuary area. There's a big mangrove point there. It's very old mangroves.
I think that she's showing the effects of a lot of love and dedication. And yeah, she's a well over 100-year-old boat, and most of them are just bits of wood on the bottom of the creek.
The Kooris would have lived here a lot over the years, wouldn't they? There's thousands of years people have been playing with boats here and fishing and...
and from what I understand, and I may be wrong on this, you would have to check, I think this area was very important. I've heard that there was a ceremonial grandfather grand over on the point.
The timber comes from a specialist timber supplier in Sydney called Lanagoats, but it's sourced from Fiji, the Pacific Islands.
I love wooden boats, and I'm pretty fond of wood.
Why is this one special?
Well, this has got this wonderful cutaway stern, like this fantail stern that is a sign of a very old boat. You see them up and down the coast, built like this, and I just think it's wonderful. Right, this is the drive shaft going in here, which will drive the propeller. Brand new, Barry.
Brand new.
Yeah. Oh, Stan's he's been putting a new
a temporary clamp. It looks a bit dodgy, but what we're doing, the new rails, rub rails are going on, and we're short of actual metal clamps to hold them in position, so we're just making a few wooden braces to hold them in position before we put it on properly.
It's ruined the front of the boat.
It has dropped.
We can get another clamp on it. Yeah, clamp on here. Yeah, we're really down on equipment, but really we're also down on everything. We're running out of wood. We've got just eking along with what we've got left. It's a project that the more you do, the more you do. It just keeps going on and on. But we're well on the downhill side now. These people are starting to collect fishing tackle so that they can go fishing on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the wheel over here. This is the original steering wheel of the Crest when it was a fishing boat. There's a lot of guys working on this boat, and it's always amazing how when you're going to put a tool down, someone else wants to pick it up.
Yeah, wonderful.
So there's sort of labels and spots, but there's a system, it does work. Do you want to meet the fellas at Smoko, and maybe they can tell you about why they're involved?
Yeah.
Normally happens about 10:30.
No, I'm busy. Bruce and I were one of the originals with the Crest, but over the years we've gathered a few good blokes. But yeah, it's I've been around wooden boats all my life. We saw this as a good project to restore a bit of history. So it was, as we tore pieces off, it revealed a lot more damage than we realised at the beginning. But with the skills that we've developed, we're replacing some of the old rotten timber with new timber. It's on the heritage list of the Australian Heritage Vessels, so it's well worth saving.
Mark over here's worked on another boat called the Kingfisher.
I sort of live alone and needed to get out because I'm a bit of a person who hides a bit. The boat was built in 1946.
Wow.
Finished by 1947, how I understand it. 70 years old. At present, we're trying to replace some of the timber so that we can get the ribs ready to go back in. As you can see inside the boat, we've got the two new ribs, which in the original days the ribs would have been whole like this, and that's what we're attempting to replace all the joined ribs. Probably going to take roughly a year just to get all the ribs in. I just want to come out a little bit. I'm not happy with the line.
Okay.
Barry's one of our very skilled woodworkers.
Yeah, I've just got physical, manual background in trades, and with those trades, it gave me enough skills to apply them to the needs of the repairs of the boat.
Yeah, we've had generous support from a number of funders now. It started out with the Australian National Maritime Museum, who did a plan for the restoration of the boat, which we adhere to, a wonderful plan. Then we got substantial funding from the IMB Bank, and subsequently we've had funding from the Bendigo Bank. And when we get near launching now, we are going to require further funding, and we're very hopeful that we can have some generous donors again for that purpose.
Oh, the engine that goes in the boat is a Lister 3-cylinder air-cooled diesel. We purchased a second-hand engine of the same type that was in the boat, and combined the bits from one and the other to make one workable engine.
It's a great place, isn't it?
Do you get lots of students here?
Yeah, kids come a lot, and just, you know, if people come to the museum, they walk past and see something's happening and love to stop and talk and ask how old the boat is, and walk around and say things like, my granddad had a boat like this, or loved one. It's good. What we're trying to do here is that these guys have been working on this boat for 8 years. They're very low in funds. They've been really well supported, but it just cakes a bit more and takes a bit more. So we've decided to have a fundraising on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of the Lady Denman Museum, or what is now the Husky Maritime Museum. Getting various artists to put together an artwork and donate it to us, and we'll have an exhibition here, an auction, and turn the artwork into some reproductions of it to sell, and try and get some funds to keep the project rolling along to completion.